We ready. Oh wow. I mean, good morning. That music in itself, right, sounds like 911 call. Emergency, emergency. Like I was waiting on some sirens or something because I'm like, oh wait for it. Okay, and so good morning, everyone, wherever you are in the world, whatever time zone you're in. Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever that looks like for you. I am your host of Meet the MOGULS Showcase, Carleeka Basnight-Menendez. Yes, all of that. And I have the medical moguls with us on this morning. I'm talking about Dr. Cherry, Dr. Kenei, Brittany Johnson is in the building. So before we get started with this amazing conversation for their new show, you all, right? You probably like Showcase. What is that all about? They are coming out with their talk show, you all. So wherever you're tuning in from, clap, clap, snap, snap, give it up for them. And so let me tell you a little bit about the Mogul channel, you all, with the Mogul CEO herself, Tamika Chapman. And if you ever thought about having a show or saying, I don't think I'm ready, I don't think I can do it, let me tell you, you can do it. And she is the go-to person to get connected with. So the Mogul channel is the number one, you heard it, number one Black-owned streaming TV in the DMV, whose platform offers shows about culture, legacy, and diversity. So look, you all, we got these ladies up here, different parts of the world, different industries, but they are talking about all things medical. And it's titled In Your Ear. Like that's a preachable title all by itself. In her ear. Yeah. And so this show launches when you are October the 6th, next week. Ladies, welcome. So let's start with, let me tell you all about the show first. Let me get my notes, right? Because I'm not a doctor, but I know y'all be having notes and everything. So let me get my notes up here so I can make sure I introduce this show correctly. And so In Her Ear is the number one international women's health show, right? For women of color. And I love that because there's not enough data in so many areas for us as women of color. There's not enough the information sometimes is not readily accessible, or people don't even know how to find it. And so I'm at Hot Flash. Y'all already know we went through this at backstage, right? I ain't falling out though, not yet. So it is created to help women of color find balance in their life, mind, body, and soul. So you all, they're gonna be touching all aspects of everything in the health. So we all see the number of women who suffer from depression, anxiety, and even the lack of self-identity. These women are held back by their lack of knowledge. Yes, we want to educate them, equip them, and empower them. And you all are going to get all of that out of one show. But the only way you can do it is if you have the app. So if you haven't downloaded the Exposure app, go ahead, do that right now. Exposure TV Network on Roku, Apple TV. Just type in Exposure TV and it's going to pop up. How do I know? Because I already downloaded the app so I can watch these amazing shows that are dropping all month of October. But October 6th, put it on your calendar. Right? But once again, you can't watch it if you don't have the app. So go ahead and get that app. And so knowledge of how to take care of themselves physically, emotionally, and mentally. Women should not have to go through life struggles alone. So you have a community, right? Some of y'all in the wrong community. Just had to say that. Check your community. And so we should be uplifting each other, not putting each other down. So In Her Ear talk show is here to empower women of color with tips and strategies that will help them make better and sound decisions in caring for themselves. Too many times we care for everybody else, and then we look up and we're like, oh, well, what about me? I'm falling apart. What about me? And so, ladies, welcome. I'm going to go around and let you all introduce yourselves. We're going to start with Ms. Brittany Johnson.
Hi, everybody. So I am Brittany A. Johnson. I'm a licensed mental health counselor. I free women from self-sabotage. I help them get free from their mental prisons so they can prosper and be the confident and courageous women they are called to be. So that is who I am. I am also a wife and a mother. I am a sister, a friend, a cousin, and so many other things. So that's who I am, short, sweet, and to the point.
I love it. I love it. She said, I'm a mother, I'm a cousin. So, hey, girlfriend, welcome, welcome, welcome. Love it. She said, friend women from sabotaging beliefs. We're going to go back to that because we're going to want some of those sabotaging beliefs. We're not just up here this morning just to talk to you, but they're going to give you a couple of tips, right? So that you can take away, but then they're not giving you all the goods because you need to download the Exposure app so that you can see their first episode drop on October the 6th. Dr. Kenei, we're coming right over to you. Look what you listening to.
I'm listening to y'all.
I love it. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Dr. Kenei Chemutai. I'm a medical doctor with public health training, and I've been implementing public health programs for the last 14 years or so. So I have vast experience in health, including in HIV medicine and health programming or health management. And alongside my professional pursuits, one of my passions is patient-centered care and democratizing medical knowledge, as you've mentioned, so that then our patients and the general public can make informed choices about their healthcare and actively participate in it. So that is... Yes.
I love that, Dr. Kenei, because you don't hear a lot of people say so that you can participate, not me just telling you and giving you all the suggestions that most people don't follow sometimes. Let's just be real about it. You give them all the suggestions, you give them all the information, you're there for them, you coddling them, you're rubbing them on the back, like you just there and they still don't show up for themselves. So I love that.
Put it on a plate, knife, fork, here it is, the meal is here, but you don't eat it.
Right. So I love that you're partnering with the doctors, okay? You're partnering with them for your own health, for everything, because my background is in science, but what I realized is that I should know my body, right? I should know, right? You might have the secret sauce to say, but I'm coming to you with what I think is going on, and you're taking that, what I'm saying. But a lot of people don't track and trend. They go there with like a blank, not even able to really have a whole conversation. Well, I think, when did it start? Well,
you can't. Exactly. And it's very sad because it's your body. I mean, you there's nobody who knows your body or should know your body better than yourself.
Yes. I love it. I love it, ladies. We're going to continue the conversation. Dr. Cherry, we are coming right on over to you, looking pretty in your yellow.
Thank you. Hi, I am Dr. Niesha Cherry. I am a health coach specializing in mind and body. And like Carleeka, I have a science background too. I was biology pre-med in college. So I didn't have that background. Yes. So I help women to clear their emotional clutter, their mindset, so that they can focus on their physical health, and if they want to lose weight loss as well. Because a lot of times we focus on everybody else, like you said before. So self-care, I'm huge on. So we definitely put in self-care practices so that we can, get better about ourselves, knowing ourselves, what's best for us. Because if we know what's best for us, then we can be better off helping any and everywhere else.
I love that. I love that. My motto is, for those who love the Lord, my motto is Jesus, then it's me. I'm like right under him. I'm right under his bosom. I'm there. Like it's me, it's him, and then it's me. And I simply say, now I had some like side eye looks when I first said that, and I was just like, well, where are you on the list?
Right?
Like, are you number 55 on the list? And now that's why you all frustrated, overwhelmed, exhausted, upset, angry at everybody. No, that's why
they come see me. That's why they come and see me, and then I have to ask them that too, right? Like, where are you at on your list of priorities? And most women will say I'm at the bottom or not on the list at all. So yeah.
And Brittany, I am guilty of it. Whoever's out there listening now, next week, next year to this live broadcasting, I'm gonna raise my hands and everything. I have been guilty of that, showing up for the kids, showing up for work, showing up for everything and everybody. Say that, Dr. Kenei. And I got fed up with my own self to say, girl, get yourself together. Because and I think of when you board the plane, when they give all those instructions, they don't tell you to go around putting oxygen on, putting everyone else mask on, and then do your mask. Do you
Start with
first.
you.
Yep.
Yes.
So that's the mindset that I shifted to. And I love that you all are talking about mindset. You're talking about self-care. I don't know about you all, but did you all like really grow up? I'm 41, so I didn't really grow up with people talking about self-care.
Not at all.
And I'm
Actually,
41.
it was the opposite. It was the
And
it was the
especially
opposite.
if you're female,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Right.
you're always taking care of everybody else.
Yes.
So let
Yep.
me ask, Dr. Cherry, when did you start really saying, I need to implement some self-care for myself? Because I know with your professions and life and everything, we want to be the best at everything. Like we've been branded to say, you got to over deliver. I'm like, no, I don't. I just got to show up and be who I am and do what I do. Like, I don't have to over deliver.
Love
Yes.
that. Oh my gosh. Probably when I became a coach, or when I got coached first, because I was coached and then I became a coach. So back in like 2016, because I'm 40, I'll be 41. I say I'm 41. I'll be 41 on October 11th. So I'm 41 almost. And
You're looking good.
Look, okay.
Yes.
Look,
Good.
good.
Yes.
yeah, so like before then, I was a classroom teacher, and so of course, you worry about everybody else, all the kids, and all what the administration want, all the work that's on your desk, everything but yourself. And then you get home, you're like, oh, I gotta grade these papers, I gotta call these parents, and then you fall out exhausted. That was me for like 14 years, and then I lost my mother to breast cancer, and after that, I got my own coaching, and I learned, no, you gotta take care of yourself, and yeah, so that's how it started.
Wow. And that's how it normally is. It's either one conversation, one phone call, one circumstance, one coach, or something that changes our life,
Yes.
right? Where you're like, what was I when? Then when you think about it in hindsight, it's like, why was I killing myself?
Right.
Like literally killing myself slowly, day by day by day. Dr. Kenei, we're coming right on over to you. What you want to add to this?
I think for me, the turning point also was as we were taking care of patients infected with HIV, and because it's a chronic illness, you need to be adherent to treatment, and for you to maintain that level of engagement and ensuring that you're always taking your medicine when you're supposed to take it, be present for your doctor's appointment. I mean, it really needs you to have a mental shift, because then if you do not get into the space of your patient, then it will be difficult for you to provide care, understand what their concerns are, be able to give knowledge in a manner that they understand, so that then they can actively participate, and then we have better outcomes, as opposed to the way you mentioned it earlier. You come, oh, you need to do this is your diagnosis. You don't care whether the patient understands anything. You don't know how that management works together with their schedule, all those things, and they really actually affect how the outcome of the management. So it's something that you really need to focus on, ensuring that you're together with your patient. They will be able to tell you what their diagnosis is, what their management is, why we are doing A, B, C, D, and not X, Y, Z. I want that level of engagement and knowledge for my patients.
I love that key word here is engagement, right? You said something earlier with that mental shift, right? I believe every day there are things that we're shifting that mindset of what was, what could be, where we are, what's next. And a lot of times we put all these pressures on ourselves, but I love what you said, being engaged, being present. And so many times when you have went to the doctor, and let me speak for myself. Let me put this out, disclaimer. Let me speak about my experiences. I'm one that like to communicate. So I have a list of things like where I will come with the whole book. Let me give you a time. Let me give you a date when it started. Let me give you like what I was doing, and different things, only simply because I want you to understand more of, okay, I just don't have a sore throat. Let me tell you when the sore throat started. Let me tell you what
and all that information is important, and few people don't know that. I mean, a lot of people don't know that, because you ask, and sometimes we can ask direct questions like, are you, it's only until you're asked, are you coughing, That's when you say, "Oh,
I
I have a
was.
thought," But you would not mention some things until you're prompted, and that's not right. You need to be able to come out with
Right.
everything that's the matter, so that then we can get to the bottom of it.
I,
So I
and I
like
love
I
that.
like you as a patient.
But I think but that's the whole mindset thing, right? There's so many people that don't know that they are allowed to say what's going on because they've been told for so long that they have to be quiet or that they only need to say certain things and only when you're spoken to.
Mhm.
How many of us probably grew up hearing, stay in a child's place, only speak when spoken to. Well, as an adult, that translates into if I'm in this doctor's office or this therapist's office, I'm only going to say what they're asking because there's still some authority over me in a sense. So I
Yeah.
like it, we're talking about already like no, you are the expert of your body and your mind.
Right. And you have to be the advocate for your health,
Yeah.
right? You
Oh,
have to
definitely.
be the advocate. And
Mhm.
Brittany, I love what you said about being silent. And sometimes because people have felt, like you said, they're the expert. But I'm the patient, right?
Mhm.
I am the patient and I should know what's going on with my body. I should know how long it's been going on so that we can have a conversation, like you all said, like your show said, so you can make a sound decision and what's going to be best for me. Like, I believe that some people have been placed on antidepressants and all of these different things, but that was only for maybe a season in their life, possibly not for a lifetime. But at that time, they didn't really explain what all was going on because maybe of shame, right? Maybe because of some embarrassment. Maybe they were dealing with some type of trauma that you didn't want to put out there yet. And you didn't need to possibly be on those particular medications forever.
Yeah,
But because the lack of conversation, the lack of communication, it's like, well, here you go. Here
And
you
the
go. And
lack
a
of
lot of,
collaboration, right?
I
The lack
love
of
that.
collaboration because most medical doctors we're shifting, right? Where they're telling people go to therapy as well. But a
Yeah.
therapist is who really can help you in the long, the day to day on what's going on. Because most of us, when you go to the doctor, you get what, 20 minutes with the doctor in the room, maybe
Maybe.
30 minutes. You know what I mean? So like you can't always get all that out. So that
Yeah.
collaboration in addition is important
I
too.
love that you shifted right into therapy because the stigma that has been on that.
Yeah.
And there's still a stigma. Unfortunately,
Yes.
it's still a stigma. Whether you're a celebrity, whether you're what they consider what the common people, whatever term, wherever you want to place people, therapy is for everybody. Like it's for the
Everybody.
pastors, it's for you. Yes, I said it. Pastors, preachers, ministers, people at church who love Jesus, love the Lord. You love to do all of the things according to His will. Therapy is for you as well.
as
He made us too. He made us too.
Exactly. So
I did, yeah.
when it comes to therapy, I want to hear you all's take on that, with people implementing that. And I think that sometimes a lot of people don't think they need therapy. They think I only need it when something's going wrong. I'm sorry, Dr. Johnson. Look. It's okay. Brittany, go ahead.
So the stigma is there. I've been in the field for over 10 years, so I've watched it shift and I've watched the strides we have made in being able to talk about it because yes, 10 years ago it was only for veterans, people who had been severely abused or sexual assault. Like that was literally the only reason somebody would show up in therapy. And so now we've been able to grow to say no, 1 in 4 women have depression. 1 in 4 women have anxiety. PTSD is not just for veterans. It can be because you grew up in an area that was full of poverty and violence. Like you can have PTSD from that. So we have seen that shift. And I want to just keep encouraging people to go to therapy before it's a crisis. Because when it's a crisis, number one, it's going to cost you more money because you're going to have to be seen more frequently. So, and then number two, it's not going to be as effective because we're going to be constantly pulling you out of something. So therapy is preventative, it is for during, it is for post. Every therapist is trained to treat you in each phase. And the goal of a therapist is to give you the tools to do it yourself. It is not for us to stay there with you forever. We are just supposed to help you sort through whatever's going on and give you the tools so you can live your own life and do it on your terms.
Wow. I love that. I love that. And like you said, there's been a shift. and there's still more awareness. There's still more work. Like you said, it's a preventative measure, but so many times, like I can think of growing up, I've never heard of it or thought of it in a preventative measure. It's always right. If once your marriage gets to the brink of divorce, now let's talk about therapy. When no, you should have been going to therapy pre-marriage, in between, whenever it's needed, so you all can So I've never even really heard of it as being preventative. That's amazing.
Yes, I think obviously because I'm a therapist, but I think because I've seen the benefits, I've seen the power of therapy. I think every woman, by the time you are 24, 25, you should be having your therapist for that preventative, because there are a lot of things that we carry from childhood, even little small messages that people give us in childhood, that in an adult relationship, you carry that. And the next thing you know, you've got failed relationship after failed relationship. Your kids hate you. You hate your kids. You can't find somebody that wants to deal with you. Your friends keep bailing. Like you're on Facebook or Instagram constantly talking about your business, but then there's a whole cycle that typically started from something that somebody said or did to you as a child.
Wow.
So I think everybody, men too, but we're talking about women today. So everybody should go. By the time you're 25, have you a couple of sessions.
And for those just joining, we are here with the host of In Her Ear talk show, which is the #1 international women's health show for women of color, and it's going to be airing every Wednesday. You can only see it on the Mogul channel. Download the Exposure TV Network app so that you can continue hearing all of the topics in health, get the tools and strategies, right, so that you can be your best advocate, so that you know how you can communicate, learn how to communicate better, have the conversations, and definitely just tune in to these amazing ladies, Dr. Cherry, Dr. Kenei, Brittany Johnson, you all. And so we're talking about, if you're just joining, we are talking about therapy, right? And so you might be saying, I don't trust anybody. I can't find a therapist. Where do I start to look? I don't need a therapist, okay, because I love Jesus, or because I cannot afford a therapist. Dr. Cherry, chime on in with this.
Well, I feel like, you, like Brittany said, with the preventative measure with therapy, you shouldn't wait until something's bad. Like, I think if things are going great in your life, you should still see a therapist, because sometimes you may or may not know how to navigate the greatness in a, productive way. It may be, things are going great, and then you find yourself, oh no, they're not going great anymore because I messed up somewhere. So maybe you can talk to a therapist during that time so you can make sure they keep going great for you. So
I love that. Or it could, Dr. Cherry, even when things are going great, you have people that are overachievers, but there's a reason behind why you work so hard. Like, I think of my own childhood experiences. There was one time in my life where I literally worked 3 jobs. I couldn't even, when I finally came to the realization of like this, I need to get one of these, someone else needs a job out here, right? I was like, girl, why are you hogging all the jobs? Someone else need one. And I just had my own mindset shifting. Like, someone else needs a job out here. You got it, right? But I started thinking and evaluating of why did I feel the need to do this?
That is right in my alley.
And it stemmed from me growing up and my family struggling financially, where I had made up in my mind that by any means necessary, these are the things I told myself. No one else told me to go out there and get 3 jobs. No one else told me you need to work. I had told myself, I will never have me and my family sitting in the dark. I will never not have money in my bank account. I will never. So I equated that to, the more jobs, the more money, the more I had a fear. I literally had a fear of X amount of dollars not being in the bank. I had a fear of not having enough. So I had that scarcity mentality, even though I served God. Yes, I'm putting it all out. Even though I served God, paid my tithes, offering, was doing all the things in church, all of those, my mindset was that, okay, if I struggled growing up, I don't want to be in that position. But let me tell you, when I released all them other jobs, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, I had more time to do the things that I'm actually called to do. I had more time to find purpose. I had more time to actually not just find my purpose, but do my purpose. I had more time than killing myself slowly with my health and everything.
Yeah.
Like, y'all, I would be so tired that I would show up at the other job. One day I showed up and I opened the car door and I never got out the car door because I had fell asleep. The car was still running. Half of my foot in the car, half out. In this world that we live in, I'm like, that's nobody but the protection. After that, I literally was driving one time on 95. I know I went to sleep. So when they say Jesus take the wheel, he literally had took that wheel, because I remember being in the right lane. When I woke up, I was in the left lane. There was no one on the road. There was nothing. I said, after that, I just was like, I quit. Effective immediately. No 2 weeks, no nothing. I just quit because I couldn't. I was like, I'm going to kill myself. But it was that mindset of, wow, struggling financially growing up, that I felt that this is what I had to do. Dr. Kenei, we're coming right over to you.
I think for me, it's the fact that I understand that I cannot provide holistic care by myself. I don't have that time. As Brittany said, you're with the doctor 20 minutes. I mean, in 20 minutes, you can only do so much. So making sure that you're handing over, other aspects of the patient care to your colleagues, to the nutritionist, to the psychologist, to the surgeon, to whoever it is who's available, so that then we are providing holistic care for our patients is very important. That collaboration, just doesn't end with the patient. It also continues with your colleagues, and making sure that everybody, benefits from expertise that is available. So I think for me, that's a great thing about this show, and it's a great thing that's now happening in the healthcare industry, that it's not just a one-man show, that there is collaboration. So I think that's it for me.
That is powerful. Even with you all show, In Her Ear talk show, you all, they're saying, you know what, we're right there in your ear to support you, to show you how to advocate, to tell you some of the topics. So ladies, we have a question. What are your what's your hope and vision for the show? But even before we answer that, what are some of the hot topics, right, that you all plan? You only got to give us a couple of them, right? Because once again, you all, we want you October 6th, right? Tune in on the Mogul channel on Exposure TV Network. So what are some topics that you all in this fall season, your first season, what are some of the topics?
So I think two of them we've already alluded to. We're going to talk about menopause, and we are going to talk about sleep, importance of sleep.
Yes.
And you've touched on them. It's like you had insights.
And look, and I have no insight, because let me tell you, the CEO, Tamika Chapman, don't tell me nothing besides the gist of the show. She don't tell me nothing. And I hope she's up here listening. She don't tell me nothing. Y'all, I got to be begging for the emails. Yes, Tamika, I put you out there. But I love her. So you are going to be talking about menopause. Y'all see how we just going to transition? Menopause, sleep, Dr. Cherry. I'm sure some self-care, mental, you all, they're getting us straight emotionally, mentally, physically, all of the things. So you want to be able to tune in. So what is your vision, right? And who is this show? I know it's for women of color, but what's your vision for the show? Like, this is the first season, October the 6th starting.
That's anyone. Oh, okay. I was like,
yeah, that's
I was going to say, while it's for women of color, I think every woman could get something, could get a lot from what we're talking about, because there's so many intersections that we touch on in the show. And we all are from different walks of life. And so I think every woman can get something. So my vision, my hope is that women will be able to tune in, or men too can tune in for their women, so they can then encourage the women in their lives to, watch the show and learn something from us, because you get an entire 360 information, advice, air quote on advice, from all of us. So I think everybody can walk away with something. And I hope that that's what people take away, that, oh man, I watched that episode on menopause And now I understand why my mother, my sister, my wife is running out of the room and all of a sudden is being as mean as possible. And then as sweet as sugar 10 minutes
Okay,
later.
hold on, Dr. Brittany. You ain't gonna be all up in my house. You're not gonna be all up in my house.
Or somebody can watch I think the sleep, when we talk about sleep, like someone can understand like the importance of sleep and how it's not just about, oh, I just, I don't need a lot, because we've seen celebrities talk about they don't sleep a lot. But the reality is if you don't sleep, your brain will not function. So, so that's what I'm hoping. That's my vision.
I love it, Dr. Cherry.
Well, okay, so one of my coaches used to always use the term success squad. Have your success squad. And so I hope in my vision is that we become part of whoever watches it, success squad. We help them
Oh, I
be
love that.
successful in their life, in every aspect, their health, their mental space, their self-care, like holistically, spiritually, emotionally, everywhere that they need us to be. Hopefully we are part of their success squad. That's my hope and my vision for the show.
Oh, I love that. This is the Success Squad, ladies. In her ear, Dr. Cherry, Brittany Johnson, and Dr. Kenei. And so, Dr. Kenei, what's your vision for the show?
For me, I would wish that it empowers people, anybody who's watching, because as Brittany has mentioned, it's an intersection. You can't just talk about women's health, because there are slightly fewer things that are more unique to the women than those that we share. Because in the show, some of the topics we'll be discussing are like diabetes, hypertension. That's not just a problem that's particular to women. It's cuts across the board. So for me, for us to be a source of knowledge, I want somebody to be like, I remember hearing on In Her Ear show, that if I have a lump on my breast, then if I have skin changes, if I feel breathless, or something of that sort, that information prompts them to go and get healthcare assistance. It might be nothing. It's good for it to be confirmed at the hospital, but it could be something. So for those people in whom it is something, we want to, ensure that they're getting that information, so that we are able to get healthcare help early. Yes.
I love that. I love it. And I love that I love the Success Squad, right? That's going to be stuck in my head. This is the Success Squad, where women are going to be able to tune in to say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for that information, giving me some strategies and tips. So I want to go around. What's something that people can do today, right? What can they do today? Because a lot of people are talking about healthy lifestyle, healthy living, all of these things, and it all sounds good, right? But we know that we may have been there. Let me speak for me again, where you knew better, but you didn't do better, right? So
And you're not the only one. Even we, and unfortunately, sometimes, and not just sometimes, a lot of times we fall short. Like, I know I need to, get my rest, but I don't always get that because of one reason or another. I know I'm supposed to do my self breast exam, but I mean, really, to be honest, I don't do that as often as I should. So I think it's just a wake up call,
Yeah.
being that accountability partner. If you're watching us week on week, making sure that it's in your mind, so that then you can do it. Because if it's not on your mind, or it's not where you can access, then it's easy to just forget.
I love that. She said, in your mind, in your ear, in your face. Okay. They're going to be in your face on October the 6th. Their show is dropping, In Her Ear Talk Show with the medical moguls of the Mogul channel. You all, once again, make sure you have downloaded the Exposure app. And if you don't know how to do that, more information is coming soon for you to do that. If you need help, reach out to Tamika Chapman. She can definitely get you all set up for that. But you want to tune in, because like these ladies said, there's some things that we may overlook. They're not intentionally all the time, just with the hustle and bustle, what we have going on in life. But they're here to say, we're in your ear to let you know, hey, these are some things that you need to be looking out for. Here are some tips and strategies. And so, Dr. Cherry, give us one tip, because I'm all about taking action, okay? Taking action. So even before we get off of here today, I want each of you all to give our listeners one tip or two, or a strategy that they can start doing like right now today. Dr. Cherry.
Okay, so when it comes to being healthier, it's a lot of different things that you can do, right? So I would say get your phone, pull up your calendar, and plan when you're going to do certain things. So, okay, I want to work out 3 days next week. On your calendar, go ahead and put it on there. Plan it, block it off. No one can schedule over it. Um, Planning your meals for the week. I like to do mine on Sunday. So on Sunday, block out that time. I'm going to plan my meals and order my groceries or go pick them up at this time. So plan what it is that you're going to do to start living a healthier lifestyle. Put it on a calendar. If you're like me, your calendar is exposed to the world. So make sure it's blocked off so that no one can schedule over it and make it happen. So when that time comes, you know what you're doing and you're not going to do anything else but what you plan. Whether that's meditation, working out, planning your meals, whatever it is that you need to put into play. Let it happen. But you got to start by planning when it's going to happen.
Oh, you all, that's a great takeaway right there. So pull out those phones right now. You probably already on them anyway. Go ahead and pull up your calendar. Okay. You know, they attach to us, right? So pull up your calendar because that is a great tip. I often say if it's not on the calendar, it don't exist, right? And I don't know if that's brain fog or whatever that may be, but it don't exist if it's not on my calendar. So you all take action right now. Pull out your phone. First of all, on your calendar, mark October the 6th right now in her ear. Go ahead and put that on your calendar, but then plan out your week for next week. What am I doing? How I'm going to do it? What time? So nothing. That's being really intentional, Dr. Cherry. And give yourself a notification, right? Give yourself a notification that when that time comes, it beeps off and you're like, okay, it's time for me to go my workout. And she didn't say how long you needed to work out. She said, put it up there. That might be 15 minutes for someone. That may be 30 minutes for someone. That may be 5 minutes. And that's all that you can do. Then you start somewhere. So Dr. Cherry, thank you. You all, that's one tip. We still have 2 more tips to go, right? But get it on the calendar, get it planned, be intentional. Dr. Kenei, tip or strategy you would like to share with us?
Be in the know. Be in the know. Know yourself. A lot of what we're going to talk about are things that probably run in your family. So do you know what runs in your family so that you can be on the lookout? Do you have knowledge? And that's why you also need to make it in your calendar to listen to us so that you can get those signs and symptoms, small things to look out for. Just being knowledgeable, because when you know yourself, then it is easy to pick up anything that is unusual, and so that you can present to a health practitioner. So be knowledgeable.
Okay, so you all plan it, get the education, be knowledgeable. I love what you said, Dr. Kenei. Know yourself. The more you know about you, the better you're able to show up for yourself and then others, the better you're able to communicate. And you all, this is what In Her Ear is all about. This is your success squad to your emotional, your physical, your spiritual, all the above. They getting your mind right, your mouth right, and all of the things, right? Mind, body, and soul. And so you do not want to miss every Wednesday on the Mogul channel, but their first episode is dropping October the 6th. And so we want the chart to go up for these ladies on their show because it's needed. You all are a necessity, right? So you are the prescription to someone else. Your show is the necessity. Brittany, we're coming right over to you.
So you're going to need to get your phones back out for this one. I am all about making sure your brain stays open, because when it's open, you are able to make decisions. You're able to receive information and push information out. So I want you to set a reminder on your phone that every hour, or at least 3 times a day, for 5 minutes, you are just sitting and breathing. And when you're breathing, you have to make sure it's hitting your diaphragm. I teach every client, so we're going to do it real fast because it doesn't take long.
I'm glad you said that, Brittany, because I was like, are we going to do a demonstration?
We sure are. So this is the way I teach anybody I meet. So if you already are familiar with me, then you know what we're about to do. But everybody take your hand, and I want you to take a nice inhale, and I want you to blow on the palm of your hand like you're blowing out birthday candles. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Inhale and blow. Now I want you to tell me, was it cold or was it hot?
It's cold.
Cold.
If it was cold, that means you just stayed in your chest. You didn't get down in your stomach. So that's not going to do anything for your brain. So you gotta, if you are a singer, you think about diaphragm singing. But you want to be deep in that stomach, and let's do it again. Get deep in that stomach. Let the guard go for a minute.
Okay.
Right? Nice inhale. And let's blow.
Is
Oh,
that difference?
look,
you
I
notice
don't
the
know if y'all
difference?
did that at home, but if you're listening, go ahead and do that.
Do it.
Wow. Wow.
So
But you know
just,
what? That's something that we're not taught a lot when it comes
yep.
to even just breathing. But I know when I get a little agitated, I take breaks to just breathe. And then I'm like,
I can do this, right? So
And
that's
Yeah.
also,
what
I
I'm
alert me to breathe.
And,
which
and I
I
was
like.
going to say, if you have a smartwatch, they typically will alert you, but sometimes they don't because they get used to your body being tense. So set your own reminders. If you want other techniques and tips, you can Google, you can come. There's some on my page, but to find other ways to do breathing. There's some people that like box breathing. There's some people that like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All of those things are great. I just like it to be simple and easy because we can't always get the counting and all of that.
Right.
So that's how you test to make sure you got it. Once you got it down, you don't have to do the hand anymore. But just notice that your posture should fall away when you are breathing correctly. So
I love that. So you all, if you see us out in public and employers, you see people like this at work, no one's giving you the hand, no one telling you to back up. We just breathing, okay? That's all we do. That's all we do. We just
Taking a breather.
taking a breather.
we're just taking a breather, okay? So,
Yes.
ladies, I love it. I love it. I just want to say congratulations, right? Congratulations on your first show dropping October the 6th, you all. This is the doctors. This is the In Her Ear Medical Moguls coming to you right on the Mogul channel on Exposure TV Network. And they are going to be giving you all of the goods, all of the tea, all tips and strategies that you can take and use right now. This is for your everyday use, not when you have a crisis, not when you on your deathbed, but preventative measures. And if you are in some of these situations, they're giving you advice and strategies and tips to say, hey, it's not the end for you. This is what you can do next. This is what you can do next. Ladies, I'm excited for you. I know you all are excited. Let me ask though, before we get off of here, is this your first TV show?
It is mine.
Yes.
It is? Okay, so let our audience know, because it's nothing like people just relating with you. Give us one thing about yourself, really, really quick. Dr. Cherry, what's your favorite food? Hot seat, hot seat, hot seat, hot seat.
Coffee. It's not food, it's a beverage. I love coffee.
So look, hers is a beverage, you all. She was sipping on coffee earlier, but let me tell you, she like it black, no sugar, okay? That's how she's trained herself to do that. Brittany, what is one of your favorite things to do when you are not working? What's a hobby?
Sitting on my deck and just listening to the sounds. That's
I
literally
love
like
that.
That's it.
That's it. You all
Yeah.
sitting on the deck and just listening to nature, listening to the sounds. I love it. Dr. Kenei, let's see here. What is your favorite song to dance to?
It's actually very sad. I can't tell you anything off the top of my head, but that tells you I have not been putting time, to get it, jiggy with it. But I heard there's this song, Bruno Mars, Move.
I like that song too. Look.
Magic in the air. Happy. I love happy.
Oh,
it
yes.
lifts my mood.
Yes. It's those energy songs, you all. So to those tuning in, be sure that you're every Wednesday they will be on Mogul channel on Exposure TV Network, but the show launches October the 6th. In Her Ear, and these are your hosts, Dr. Cherry, Brittany Johnson, and Dr. Kenei. They are going to be in your ear, in your face, giving you tips and strategies for your mind, body, and soul. And if you all enjoyed this was just a little tip of the iceberg just to introduce them, right? Because now y'all girlfriends, y'all not strangers to you met the moguls of the In Her Ear. They are the medical moguls Moguls, and they're your success squad to all of your health needs, emotionally, mentally, physically, all of those things. And so you want to make sure that you are tuned in. Look, you got their favorite beverages, things they like to do, and you may can relate to some of those things. Dr. Kenei, her job, her thing that next week is to get jiggy with it, okay? Now, that's what she's going to be doing. She's going to be turning up on happy. So look, you all, this is great energy, good vibes from these ladies, great collaborations, and you're getting a little bit of everything from the therapy, from the medical doctor, from self-care to yoga. Dr. Cherry. Yes. So look, you all, you want to be tuned in. You want to be present every Wednesday, but you want to make sure you have the Exposure app, because you got all this goodness right here. You're not going to be able to see the rest of it if you haven't downloaded the app. So get your phones out, get your iPads. If you have Roku TV, Apple TV, all Amazon Fire Stick, whatever you have, get the app so that you can stay in the know and in tune to In Her Ear. So ladies, this has been I see you. She said in the ear. So ladies, this has been amazing. I deem it an honor to be able to have an exclusive chat with you all on this beautiful Saturday morning, Saturday night, whatever time it may be in the part of the world that you are in. But I love it. Thank you all for the tips and the strategies and the takeaways that listeners can do right now today. You all get out your phone, plan it, know your body, know yourself, know your community, and then of course make sure you are taking time to breathe. All right, ladies, so this has been another episode, another showcase of Meet the Moguls. We want to say thank you to CEO, Mogul Media CEO Tamika Chapman, for all that she is doing behind the scene on these amazing productions. Ladies, yes, you keep hearing me say it, only on the Mogul channel, but download Exposure TV Network app so that you can be in the know, in her ear, and they can be in your ear and in your face on giving you the tips and tools. Brittany, Dr. Kenei, and Dr. Cherry, I just want to say thank you, ladies, for your yes. Thank you for saying yes to saying, you know what, it's time. We're taking it to a whole nother level and reaching more women all over the world. Why? Because you all are #1 international health show. Okay, so look, already making leaps and bounds. So you all, until the next time, I am Carleeka Basnight-Menendez. Yes, all of that. And this has been Meet the Moguls, and you have had an opportunity to meet the media mogul doctors, Dr. Cherry, Dr. Kenei, and Brittany Johnson. Ladies, have an amazing day or night. Once again, you know what time it is in your world. Yeah, Dr. Kenei, what time is it where you are?
It is just 5:45 p.m.
Okay. So
yes.
Look, it's evening time over there, y'all. We just getting this Saturday started over here. So ladies, enjoy your Saturday. Make sure you take some self-care. Make sure you dance before you go to bed. Dr. Kenei, turn on Happy or turn on that Bruno Mars and dance yourself right to the bed. I love it. But thank you all so much, and you all enjoy your day.
Bye. Thank you.